A decision was made to fix a serious problem. It was approved to prevent a larger failure. Instead, it created consequences that spread far beyond control. These were not impulsive choices. They were debated, authorized, and implemented at scale. Each was meant to restore stability. What followed exposed weaknesses that could not be contained. We begin with 10. The Soviet Virgin Lands Campaign. It was launched to rapidly increase food production. Central planning replaced local agricultural knowledge. Early harvest gains masked long-term soil damage. Topsoil erosion accelerated across vast regions. Yields declined despite higher effort. Food security weakened instead of stabilizing. Next comes 9. The repeal of the Glass-Steagall Act in the United States. It was intended to modernize the financial system. Separation between commercial and investment banking was removed. Risk pooled across institutions instead of dispersing. Failures became interconnected rather than isolated. Oversight lagged behind innovation. Systemic exposure increased silently. Recovery mechanisms proved insufficient once collapse began. Moving on to 8. The European Union's 2015 open border decision. It was adopted to manage migration collectively. Internal border controls were relaxed rapidly. Movement patterns adapted faster than coordination mechanisms. Smuggling networks expanded into governance gaps. National services absorbed uneven pressure. Political trust fractured across member states. Now we reach 7. Germany's post-Fukushima nuclear phase-out decision. It aimed to eliminate perceived long-term energy risk. Nuclear capacity was removed before redundancy was secured. Energy supply margins narrowed immediately. Electricity prices rose across industrial sectors. Carbon-intensive sources compensated for lost capacity. Emissions targets became harder to meet. The transition contradicted its environmental goal. Next is 6. India's 2016 demonetization order. It was intended to eliminate illicit currency holdings. High-value notes were withdrawn without transition. Cash-dependent sectors stalled overnight. Supply chains broke at local levels. Informal economies adapted faster than formal ones. Economic activity slowed nationwide. The behavioral target remained largely unchanged. Halfway through the countdown brings us to 5. The dissolution of Iraq's Central Authority in 2003. It was intended to enable rapid reconstruction. State institutions were dismantled immediately. Security enforcement collapsed at local levels. Power fragmented into informal control structures. Violence reorganized rather than disappearing. Reconstruction stalled under instability. Long-term governance suffered lasting damage. Continuing the countdown, China's one-child policy. It was designed to prevent population strain. Compliance succeeded through enforcement. Demographic imbalance accumulated gradually. Workforce replacement ratios declined. Economic dependency increased across generations. Social support systems came under pressure. Correction arrived decades too late. Now only 3 remain. the United Kingdom's Brexit referendum decision. It was framed as a restoration of sovereignty. Legal separation exposed deep interdependence. Trade procedures fragmented across borders. Regulatory divergence slowed coordination. Economic uncertainty persisted across sectors. Political divisions hardened domestically. Stability required prolonged renegotiation. Just before the final one comes to, the Fukushima mass evacuation order. It was issued to protect public safety. Large populations were displaced immediately. Community structures collapsed under relocation. Psychological stress accumulated long after exposure. Risk declined. Economic recovery slowed in affected regions. Later assessments revised initial assumptions. The response caused damage independent of radiation. And finally, 1. The Treaty of Versailles. It was intended to secure lasting peace. Punitive terms destabilized economic recovery. Financial pressure weakened political institutions. Social unrest increased under hardship. Extremism gained legitimacy through grievance. Conflict incubated rather than resolved. The decision reshaped global history. These decisions were made with confidence. They followed accepted reasoning at the time, but large systems magnify error. Once momentum builds, reversal becomes impossible. The question is not why these decisions backfired. It is which one is being made again.